Joining us now is Caroline Leavitt, White House press secretary, and our hearts just break for these families that are affected by these horrific crimes. And now to think that that twice deported, now convicted criminal, someone who was here illegally, was able to kill two teenagers and will walk free. What does the White House say about that? Caroline, welcome.
Well, first of all, listening to the heartache from those two parents is truly heartbreaking, and our hearts are with them. And not only are we praying for them, but this administration is taking action. The Department of Homeland Security and ICE have already said that a detainer has been put on this individual if he is to be released, and he will immediately be transferred into ICE custody, we hope, if the state of California complies. And if not, the Department of Justice will be seeking a conviction against this man, where he will spend time in federal prison for taking the lives of those two young Americans. So these results speak for themselves. President Trump is not going to tolerate illegal immigrant crime. And this individual case represents everything that is wrong with our immigration system. This individual was twice deported, but was allowed back into our country by the previous administration, took the lives of two young Americans, and is now barely facing any consequences. We will not tolerate it. We will not stand for that, and we will continue to enforce our nation's immigration laws and ensure that illegal immigrants who not only break our nation's immigration laws, but then further commit heinous acts of violence against law-abiding American citizens in our country are held to the fullest extent of the law.
But at the same time, we hear, Caroline, the grief from the parents in Bill Malugin's fine reporting, not only there in California, but in Maryland as well, with Rachel Morin's mother, Patty Morin. You have Democrats at taxpayer expense going down to El Salvador to plead for people who the president says are MS-13 gang members, who they describe as, quote, a Maryland man. And listen to what Patty Morin, Rachel Morin's mother, said about that. Listen to this here.
They would rather champion his cause, a criminal, than the victim. I think it is like utterly despicable. As an American citizen, as a Maryland citizen, and as a mom, it tells me that I'm not important or valuable.
So you had Senator Chris Van Hollen of Maryland go down there, but then you also had members of Congress from Arizona who have nothing to do with this going down there to El Salvador. And you wonder, what is the Democrats' big play here? I was talking to Kayla McGee-White yesterday, and she thought that if the Democrats can make it almost impossible to deport an MS-13 gang member, how is this administration going to deport some non-criminal illegal aliens?